The Mikoyan MiG-31 is a supersonic interceptor aircraft developed for use by the Soviet Air Forces. The aircraft was designed by the Mikoyan Design Bureau as a replacement for the earlier MiG-25 Foxbat. The MiG-31 is based on, and shares design elements with the MiG-25. The MiG-31 has the distinction of being one of the fastest combat jets in the world. It continues to be operated by the Russian Air Force and the Kazakhstan Air Force following the end of the Cold War and the collapse of the Soviet Union in late 1991. The Russian Defense Ministry expects the MiG-31 to remain in service until at least 2030. Development origins: the MiG-25 made substantial design sacrifices in order to achieve high speed, altitude and rate of climb. It lacks maneuverability at interception speeds and is difficult to fly at low altitudes. The MiG-25's speed is limited to Mach 2.83, but it could reach a maximum speed of Mach 3.2 or more with the risk of engine damage. Development of the MiG-25's replacement began with the U-155MP prototype, which first flew on 16 September 1975. Although it bore a superficial resemblance to the MiG-25, it had a longer fuselage to accommodate the radar operator's cockpit and was in many respects a new design. An important development was the advanced radar, capable of both look-up and look-down, shoot-down engagement, as well as multiple target tracking. This gave the Soviet Union an interceptor able to engage the most likely Western intruders at long range. Like its MiG-25 predecessor, the introduction of the MiG-31 was surrounded by early speculation and misinformation concerning its design and abilities. The West learned of the new interceptor from Lieutenant Viktor Belenko, a pilot who defected to Japan in 1976 with his MiG-25P. Belenko described an upcoming Super Foxbat with 2 seats and an ability to intercept cruise missiles. According to his testimony, the new interceptor was to have air intakes similar to the Mikoyan MiG-23, which the MiG-31 does not have, at least in production variants. Into production. Serial production of the MiG-31 began in 1979. The MiG-31 is able to maintain combat effectiveness despite the potential use of active and passive radar jammers and thermal decoys by adversaries. A group of 4 MiG-31 interceptors is able to control an area of airspace across a total length of 800 to 900 kilometers, its radar possessing a maximum detection range of 200 kilometers in distance and the typical width of detection along the front of 225 kilometers. The MiG-31 was designed to fulfill the following mission objectives: intercept cruise missiles and the launch aircraft by reaching missile launch range in the lowest possible time after departing the loiter area, detect and destroy low-flying cruise missiles, UAVs and helicopters, long-range escort of strategic bombers, provide strategic air defense in areas not covered by ground-based air defense systems. MiG-31 production ended in 1994. A total of 519 MiG-31s were produced, of which 349 baseline models were produced at the Sokol plant between 1976 and 1988. The second production batch of 101 MiG-31DZs were produced between 1989 and 1991. The final batch of 69 aircraft were produced between 1990 and 1994. Of this final batch, 50 were retained by the Kazakhstan Air Force after the dissolution of the Soviet Union. Of the baseline models, 40 airframes were upgraded to MiG-31 BS standard. Upgrades and replacement. Some upgrade programs have found the way into the MiG-31 fleet, like the MiG-31-BM multi-role version with upgraded avionics, new multimode radar, hands-on throttle and stick controls, liquid crystal color multifunction displays, ability to carry the R-77 missile and various Russian air-to-ground missiles such as the Kh-31 anti-radiation missile, a new and more powerful computer and digital data links. A project to upgrade the Russian MiG-31 fleet to the MiG-31-BM standard began in 2010. 100 aircraft are to be upgraded to MiG-31-BM standard by 2020. Russian Federation Defense Ministry Chief Colonel Yuri Baliko has claimed that the upgrade will increase the combat effectiveness of the aircraft. Several times over, 18 MiG-31-BMs were delivered in 2014. The Russian military will receive more than 130 upgraded MiG-31-BMs, and the first 24 aircraft have already been delivered. Russian Deputy Defense Minister Yuri Borisov told reporters on 9 April 2015, Russia plans to start development of a replacement for the MiG-31 by 2019. The aircraft will be called PAG-DP. Development of the new aircraft, designated MiG-41, began in April 2013. Such development is favored over restarting MiG-31 production. In March 2014, Russian test pilot Anatoly Kur said that work began on a Mach-4 MiG-41 based on the MiG-31. Later reports said the development of the MiG-31 replacement is to begin in 2017, with the first aircraft to be delivered in 2020, and the replacement entering service in 2025. Design overview. Like the MiG-25, the MiG-31 is a large twin-engine aircraft with side-mounted air intake ramps, a shoulder-mounted wing with an aspect ratio of 2.94, and twin vertical tailfans. Unlike the MiG-25, it has two seats, with the rear occupied by a dedicated weapon systems officer. The MiG-31 is limited to only 5 grams when traveling at supersonic speeds. While flying under combat weight, its wing loading is marginal and its thrust-to-weight ratio is favorable. However, the MiG-31 is not designed for close combat or rapid turning. The wings and airframe of the MiG-31 are stronger than those of the MiG-25, permitting supersonic flight at low altitudes. Its D30F6 jet engines, each rated at 152 kN thrust, allow a maximum speed of Mach 1.23 at low altitude. High altitude speed is temperature redline to Mach 2.83. The thrust-to-drag ratio is sufficient for speeds in excess of Mach 3, but such speeds pose unacceptable hazards to engine and airframe life in routine use. Electronics suite. The MiG-31 was the world's first operational fighter with a passive electronically scanned array radar, the Zaslon S-800. Its maximum range against fighter-sized targets is approximately 200 kilometers, and it can track up to 10 targets and simultaneously attack 4 of them with its Vympel R-33 missiles. The radar is matched with an infrared search and track system in a retractable undernose fairing. The MiG-31 was equipped with RKRLDN and APD-518 digital secure data links. The RKRLDN data link is for communication with ground control centers. The APD-518 data link enables a flight of 4 MiG-31 to automatically exchange radar-generated data within 200 kilometers from each other. It also enables other aircraft with less sophisticated avionics such as MiG-23, 25, 29, Su-15, 27 to be directed to targets spotted by MiG-31 for each MiG-31 aircraft. The A-50AEW aircraft and MiG-31 can automatically exchange aerial and terrestrial radar target designation. Radars adopted in 1981 are P-31N007 backstop. The range of detection of air targets, 200 km. Target detection distance with radar cross-section of 3 square meters in the rear within 35 km with a probability of 0.5. Number of detected targets, 24. Number of targets for attack, 6. Range of automatic tracking, 120 km. Detection of infrared signature targets, 56 km. Effective in the detection of cruise missiles and other targets against ground clutter. Until 2000, it was the world's only fighter in service equipped with phased array radar. When the Mitsubishi F2 entered service with state-of-the-art JAPG-1 active phased array radar, able to intercept and destroy cruise missiles flying at extremely low altitudes. Variant differences. The basic differences between other versions and the MiG-31BM. The onboard radar complex of the MiG-31BM can track 24 airborne targets at one time, 6 of which can be simultaneously attacked by R-33S missiles. Modernized variants of the aircraft can be equipped with anti-radiation missiles KH-31, KH-25 Mr. or MPU, anti-ship KH-31A, air-to-surface class missiles KH-29 and KH-59, KH-59M, up to 6 precision bombs KAB-1500 or 8 KAB-500 with television or laser guidance. Maximum mass of payload is 9,000 kg. The MiG-31M, MiG-31D, and MiG-31BM standard aircraft have an upgraded Zaslon M radar, with larger antenna and greater detection range against AWACS-sized targets, and the ability to attack multiple targets, air and ground, simultaneously. The Zaslon M has a 1.4 meters diameter antenna, with 50% to 100% better performance than Zaslon. In April 1994 it was used with an R-37 to hit a target at 300 km distance. It has a search range of 400 km for a 19/20ths of a square meter RCS target and can track 24 targets at once, engaging 6 targets. Speed increased from 5 Mach to 6 Mach, improving possibility of firing through the land. The MiG-31BM is one of only a few aircraft able to intercept and destroy cruise missiles flying at extremely low heights. Cockpit. The aircraft is a two-seater with the rear seat occupant controlling the radar. Although cockpit controls are duplicated across cockpits, it is normal for the aircraft to be flown only from the front seat. The pilot flies the aircraft by means of a center stick and left-hand throttles. The rear cockpit has only 2 small vision ports on the sides of the canopy. The presence of the WSO in the rear cockpit improves aircraft effectiveness since the WSO is entirely dedicated to radar operations and weapons deployment, thus decreasing the workload of the pilot and increasing efficiency. Both cockpits are fitted with zero ejection seats which allow the crew to eject at any altitude and airspeed. Armament. The MiG-31's main armament is 4 R-33 air-to-air missiles carried under the belly. The R-33 is the Russian equivalent of the U.S. Navy's AIM-54 Phoenix. 1 times GSH-6-23 23mm cannon with 260 rounds. Fuselage recesses for 4xR33 or 6xR37. 4 underwing pylons for a combination of 6xR37 long-range missiles times R33 long-range missiles 2012 times KH-31 long-range missiles for high-speed target times -33 AA9 Amos 120 km 33 S 160 km to 4 times R for OTD-1 medium-range missiles 80 km height applications between 0.5 and 30 km. 4 times R64 times R73 short-range IR missiles, 4 times R77 medium-range missiles for high-speed target. Some aircraft are equipped to launch the KH-31P and KH-58 anti-radiation missiles in the suppression of enemy air defenses role. Operational history. The MiG-31 entered operational service with the Soviet Air Defense Forces in 1981. It was the world's first aircraft with a phased array radar, and is one of only 2 aircraft in the world capable of independently firing long-range air-to-air missiles as of 2013. The MiG-31BM has a detection range of 282 km for a target with a radar cross-section of 5 square meters, and 189 km for stealth targets. With the designation Ye-266, a re-engined Ye-155 set new world records. It reached an absolute maximum altitude of 37,650 meters in 1977 and set a time-to-height record of 35,000 meters in 4 minutes 11.78 seconds, both of which were set by the famous MiG test pilot Alexander Fedotov. Pyotr Ostapenko, his deputy, set a time-to-height record to 30,000 meters in 3 minutes and 9.8 seconds in 1975. Export. Syria ordered 8 MiG-31 aircraft in 2007 for the Syrian Air Force. However, the order was suspended in May 2009, reportedly either due to Israeli pressure or lack of Syrian funds. On the 15th of August 2015, Turkish news media reported that 6 MiG-31s had been delivered to the Syrian Arab Air Force, but Russia denied making MiG-31 deliveries to Syria. Variants: MiG-31, MiG-31-01DZ 2-seat all-weather, all-altitude interceptor, designated as MiG-31-01DZ when fitted with air-to-air refueling probe. MiG-31M, development of a more comprehensive advanced version. The MiG-31M began in 1984 and first flew in 1985, but the dissolution of the Soviet Union prevented it from entering full production. One-piece rounded windscreen, small side windows for rear cockpit, wider and deeper dorsal spine, digital flight controls added, multifunction quad cockpit displays, multi-mode phased array radar. No gun fitted in this model. Refueling probe moved to starboard side of aircraft. Fuselage weapon stations increased from 4 to 6 by adding 2 centerline stations. Maximum to weight increased to 52,000 kilograms using increased thrust D30F6M engines. MiG-31BS designation applied to Type 01DZ when converted to MiG-31B standard. MiG-31B, second production batch with upgraded avionics and in-flight refueling probe introduced in 1990. Its development was the result of the Soviet discovery that Phasotron radar division engineer Adolf Tolkachev had sold information on advanced radars to the West. A new version of the compromised radar was hastily developed. MiG-31B also have the improved ECM and U equipment with integration of improved R-33S missiles, long-range navigation system compatible with Lorin, Omega and Chako ground stations added. This model replaced the O-1DZ models in late 1990. MiG-31BM, MiG-31BSM. The upgraded MiG-31B was designated MiG-31BM and the upgraded MiG-31BS was designated MiG-31BSM. The most visible addition to the BM-BSM variant was the rear-view periscope added above the front cockpit canopy. The MiG-31B's maximum detection range for air targets was increased in the upgrade to 320 kilometers. It had the ability to automatically track up to 10 targets, and the latest units can track up to 24 targets and simultaneously engage up to 6 targets. The onboard Argon-K computer selects 4 targets of highest priority, which simultaneously are engaged by long-range R-33S air-to-air missiles. Infrared search is interfaced with radar and is designed for passive search of the airspace, and for the targeting of R-4OTD and R-60TGS missiles. The basic difference between earlier versions and the IG-31BM is that the IG-31BM can act as a small airborne early warning aircraft. Onboard equipment provides interaction with surface-to-air missile units and can function as an airborne command post to coordinate the actions of other types of fighters with less powerful radars. The flight navigation equipment of the MiG-31 includes a system of automatic control systems AU-155P and sighting navigation complex NOTS 25 with 2 inertial systems and IP-172A with digital computer maneuver, electronic range navigation system Radical NP or A331, electronic system of the FAR navigation A723. Distant radio navigation is carried out by means of 2 systems, CHAYKA and route. The MiG-31 is equipped with senior UECM radar and infrared ranges. Interceptor MiG-31 is capable of performing combat tasks. The MiG-31 was equipped with RKRLDN and APD-518 digital secure data links. The RKRLDN data link is for communication with ground control centers. The APD-518 data link enables a flight of 4 MiG-31 to automatically exchange radar-generated data within 200 kilometers from each other. It also enables other aircraft with less sophisticated avionics, such as MiG-23, 25, 29, Su-15, 27 to be directed to targets spotted by MiG-31 for each MiG-31 aircraft. Similarly, complex S-300 aircraft with a group of APD-518 can share data obtained by various radars from different directions and summarize the data. That is, the target can be detected by passively and the active simultaneously from many different directions, and everyone aircraft has APD-518 will have exact data even if it is not involved in the search. Arming 4 long-range missiles plus 4 short-range medium-range missiles. Interacting with ground-based automated digital control system operating modes, remote aiming, semi-automated actions, singly, and also to direct on the target missiles launched from the other aircraft. Digital immune system provides the automatic exchange of tactical information in a group of 4 interceptors, remote one from another at a distance of 200 kilometers and aiming at the target group of fighters with less powerful avionics. MiG-31D. 2 aircraft were designated as Type 31D and were manufactured as dedicated anti-satellite models with ballast in the nose instead of radars, flat fuselage under surface and had large winglets above and below the wingtips. Equipped with viable ASAT missiles. MiG-31E export version of the MiG-31B type. MiG-31F planned fighter bomber intended for use with TV, radar and laser-guided ASM weapon systems. MiG-31F planned export version of the MiG-31F was never produced. Operators: Kazakhstan Air Force 29 in service. Russian Air Force 252 in inventory, 152 to 190 active plus 18 BMs in 2014, 80 totally, 100 units in mod. BM on 2018. Russian Naval Aviation 30+ were in inventory. Former operators: Soviet Union, Soviet Air Defense Forces. Soviet Air Forces aircraft pass on to Russia and Kazakhstan in 1991. Notable accidents. On 6 September 2011, a MiG-31 crashed near Bulgari village, Perm region, Russia. The aircraft crashed shortly after takeoff, killing both pilots. Another, non-fatal crash occurred in 2010. The entire fleet was grounded pending an investigation. During the night of 23 April 2013, a Kazakhstan Air Force MiG-31 crashed during a training flight near the village of Prostornoye in the Karaganda region of Kazakhstan, killing the pilot and injuring the navigator. The plane crashed due to technical failure. The same plane underwent a major overhaul at a plant in Rzhev, northwest Russia in December 2012. On 4 September 2014, a MiG-31 crashed during exercises at a distance of 25 kilometers from the city of Armavir. On 25 January 2016, a MiG-31 fighter jet crashed in the Krasnoyarsk region of Siberia. The pilots were able to eject safely and no casualties have been reported. Specifications. General characteristics: crew 2, length 22.69 meters, wingspan 13.46 meters, height 6.15 meters, wing area 61.6 square meters, empty weight 21,820 kilograms. Loaded weight 41,000 kilograms. Max takeoff weight 46,200 kilograms. Power plant 2 times solo VFD30F6 afterburning turbofans, dry thrust 93 kilonewtons each, thrust with afterburner 152 kilonewtons each. Performance: maximum speed, high altitude Mach 2.83, low altitude Mach 1.2, cruise speed Mach 2.35, combat radius 1,450 kilometers at Mach 0.8 and at altitude of 10,000 meters 720 kilometers at Mach 2.35 and altitude of 18,000 meters. Combat range 3,000 kilometers with 4 XR-33E and 2 drop tanks, 5,400 kilometers with 4 XR-33E and 2 drop tanks with 1 in-flight refueling. Service ceiling 20,600 meters. Rate of climb 208 meters per second. Wing loading 665 kg per square meter. Thrust weight 0.85. Maximum G-load 5 grams. Armament MiG-31 BM1 times GSH-6-23 23 mm cannon with 260 rounds. Fuselage recesses for wide 4 times R33 4XR33S 4XR37M. 4 underwing pylons for wide 2 4XR40M VR arm 4 times R73W VR arm 4 times R77-1B VR arm.